Can you see the screen? Okay, okay, okay. So do you remember what we were discussing in the last class? Do you remember what we had discussed in the first introductory class? I had introduced the syllabus, then we started with the topic, isn't it, with the subject. What did we discuss in last class? Anyone? Anyone can type in the chat box, or I'll call out your names. So we were discussing about communication, isn't it? What is communication? What is the process of communication, isn't it? Do you remember? Anyone? Nobody is answering. In the end, we were discussing about the difference between general communication and technical communication, isn't it? Did we discuss that topic? Difference between general communication and technical communication. Hmm? Yes. So you remember this table, I think so. Difference between general and technical communication. Now, so as I said, for an effective communication, the objective of any technical communication is to provide information, organized information, which helps in decision making. The main aim of technical communication is to provide information to others, and this information will help us in taking the correct decision. If the information is wrong, then the decision process will also be, the decision taken will be wrong and the entire process fails. So in technical communication, the main aim is to provide information, and this information should help us in help the organization in taking correct decisions. Then, so we come to different types of communication today. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen? Okay. So let us see the different types of communication. So, what are the different types of communication? We can classify communication into different classes on the basis of the channel network, the different types of channel networks. We can classify communication as formal communication and informal communication, as formal and informal communication. And in formal communication, we have different types. In formal communication also, we have different types. That is, in formal communication, you have single chain, wheel, circular, free flow, and inverted. Because we are not going to cover all this section, but we are going to focus on the last part, that is on the basis of method of expression of communication. So in formal communication, am I audible to you? Hello, am I audible to you? Okay. If the presentation is not working, then please inform. Okay, somebody must unmute and inform me. Presentation might go off sometimes. Okay. So you have three, you can classify communication on the basis of network, on the basis of direction. That is, you can communicate from in an organization, we can, the subordinates can communicate to their top level managers. In that case, we call it as upward communication, and the managers communicating towards their bottommost employees, we call it as downward communication. And in certain cases, they can be horizontal communication also. So on the basis of direction, it can be horizontal, vertical, and diagonal communication. Then on the basis of method of expression, how we can express our ideas towards others, we can classify it as oral, written, and gestural communication. Three types of communication. Okay, okay. Now can you see? Now can you see the screen? Okay, okay. So we are going to focus on the third type of communication, that is on the basis of method of expression. There are three types of communication. One is oral communication, next is written communication, and the third is gestural communication. Gestures means actions that we do. We nod our head to say yes, or to say no, where we nod our head in the opposite direction. So these are all gestural communication. Then oral communication is by speaking through words. We are producing sound in oral communication, whereas in written communication, where there is no sound, we are using language as a means of communication. So that is, these are the three types or three ways in which we express our ideas. Based on expression, we have three types of communication: oral communication, written communication, and gestural communication. Okay. So another class of communication is verbal and non-verbal communication. Two types of communication includes verbal and non-verbal communication. So in verbal communication, it can be oral and written communication, and in non-verbal communication, it can be using sign language and body language communication. It is nothing but the three classes here. That is, on the basis of method of expression, we have three types of communication: oral, written, and gestural. It is classified as verbal and non-verbal. The first two, that is oral and written communication, they are called verbal communication, and the gestural communication, they are known as non-verbal communication. So verbal communication, we use language for communication, either by speaking or by writing. So that is, when we are speaking, then we call it as oral communication. When we are using written form, then it is called written communication. So anyway, both oral communication and written communication together, they are known as verbal communication. Okay, is it clear to you? And the gestural communication is known as non-verbal communication. Is it clear? So I have said about two types of communication: verbal and non-verbal communication. Verbal communication uses words for communication, either in written form or as speech. Okay, so that is known as verbal communication. Verbal communication either can be using written form, or it can be as through voice or through speech. So there are two types of verbal communication: oral communication and written communication. And non-verbal communication, it does not use any words either in written form or in speech or as speech, but it uses certain sign languages and body languages. If we are using sign language and body languages, then we call it as non-verbal, not using words for communication, except we are using actions and gestures or symbols or signs. Like we have seen the road symbols, the symbols, the danger symbol and all, it gives us some information, communicates some information to us. So they are all non-verbal communication. So this is one of the broad classes of communication, that is verbal communication and non-verbal communication. So can anyone say what are the two classes of communication which I had discussed now? The two broad classes of communication which I had discussed now. In the last class, I said you should keep a book with you, isn't it? Do you have your book with you? Do you have your notebook? At the end, I might tell you to upload the notes, okay? Those who do not have that book, please take your book and write. I had informed this in the last class. Do you remember, Gokul? Hello? Gokul, do you remember? Yes, okay. So please be ready with your notebook because we have to do a lot of exercises when we start grammar portions or when we start vocabulary or synonyms, etc. There are a lot of exercises coming again. So you should keep a notebook ready so that you can easily go through your notes at the end for the exam. So keep a notebook ready and write down what I am saying. Okay. Is it clear? So you can write a heading called types of communication, classification of communication. Write a heading classification of communication or types of communication. You can either write types of communication or you can write classification or simply write types of communication. And you have two types of communication, verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Write down this slide. This will be easy for you. Types of communication. The first one is verbal communication. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen? Okay, the first one, just write these points as such. Verbal communication. Verbal communication uses language to communicate. And there are two types, oral communication and written communication. Oral communication is by speech. Written is in using letters on a paper, writing on a paper. Then the second type of communication is non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication uses sign language. Sign language can be pictures or any objects and body language. Sign language can be pictures or any objects that give us some information, and body language is the gestures that we use. Gestures. Okay. Oral is speech and written. Example, written is using pen and paper. Sign language, it uses symbols, and body language uses gestures. Is it clear to you? Is it visible? Are you able to write it down? Okay. So just note down these points. Types of communication: verbal, non-verbal communication. In verbal, it uses language to communicate, and there are two types: oral and written. Oral is through speech, written is using pen and paper. Then non-verbal communication, you have sign language. Example, we use symbols and traffic symbols, etc. Symbols like traffic symbols. Example. Okay. Then gestures like nodding your head, etc. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear to you? Okay. Now, we are now going to this communication, verbal communication, and in verbal communication, here this class I deal with written communication. Okay, written communication skills. So it comes under verbal communication. In verbal, we have two, oral and written. And now I'm going to start written communication. Okay, since you have an assignment hour today, I have to complete this portion. Written communication skills. And in written communication, the most common form of written communication is through letters. We write letters and letter writing. And what is letter writing? Letter writing is a written conversation between two parties. You need two parties to communicate with using a letter, and one party will be the sender. He will send a letter, and the other party will be the receiver, and he will receive the letter. So, written communication is nothing but conversation between two parties.
Hello, can you hear me now? Hello? Okay, there is some problem here with my system. So we were discussing about the types of communication, isn't it? Two types of communication, and that is oral communication and written communication. So one form of written communication is the letter writing. And you might have studied it in school, isn't it? How to write a letter. Have you studied in your school days how to write letters? Hello? You can respond. You can either type in your chat box. Okay. Okay, there are two types of letters. Can you name the letters? Letters are of two types. What are the two types of letters? Letters are of two types, formal and informal. So what is a formal letter and what is an informal letter? What is a formal letter and what is an informal letter? Okay, very good. Formal and informal. Formal is an official letter, yes, and informal, we write to friends or we write to our family members, then we call it as informal letters, isn't it? So writing letters to our friends and family, we call it as informal letter. Now 1 minute, I'll be sharing my screen. I'm on my mobile. I'm switching to my computer. So today I'll be telling you the format of formal letter and informal letter. And then during the assignment hour, I have given assignment. I will publish an assignment today in Linways, and at 3 o'clock, I think you have my assignment hour. You have to write the assignment. That is one question is to write formal letter and another question is to write informal letter. Okay.
Hello, can you see the screen? Hello, can you see the screen? Okay, thank you, thank you. So we have two types of letters, formal letter and informal letter. So a written conversation between two parties, that is what we call as letter writing. And here we have what a letter is. A letter is a written message that can be handwritten. You can either write it with your hand or you can take it as take a print on your paper. Mostly today nowadays we take soft copies only. We print on our papers. We type it as a document and take the print. And it is usually sent to the recipient via either it can be sent by mail or by post. If it is by post, you have to send it in an envelope. Then any message that is transferred via the post is called a letter. If you're sending it by post, then it is called letter. By mail, most of the cases today we send our letters by mail. But if you're sending by post, then we call it as a letter. If it is by mail, you call it as an email. Then the aim of letter writing is it should fill the gap between two communication parties. It should send out a message that express a feeling. If it is personal letters or informal letters, then it should create awareness and should provoke a thought in others' mind. So it is something, some information that is given to the sender, so that some action can be taken or some expression can be conveyed. So next we come to types of letters. There are two types as we discussed earlier, formal letters and informal letters. Now formal letters, they follow a certain pattern and formality. So you said it is official letters. There are different kinds of formal letters. We'll come to it later. Anyway, in general, when we speak, formal letters, they follow a certain pattern and formality. There is a specific pattern to write that letter, and they are strictly kept professional in nature, and they directly address the issues concerned. We just mentioned the important points in the letter, the issues that have to be directly addressed. Then any type of business letter or letter to authorities, they fall under this category of formal letters. So formal letters, they have a specific format. The letters, they follow certain pattern and formality. They are strictly professional and directly address the problem. And any type of business letter or letters to authorities, they come under formal letters. Then informal letters, these are personal letters. As I said, we are writing it to our friends or family members, and they do not follow any set pattern or they do not have any formalities. They contain personal information or a written conversation, and informal letters are generally written to friends, relatives, etc. Okay, is it clear to you the difference between formal and informal letters? Hello? Hello? Okay. So, these are the types of letters. Now, formal and informal. And then when we come to informal letters, they follow, as I said earlier, they have a specific pattern, and there are a variety of formal letters. It includes business letters, official letters, social letters written to a specific group of people for a particular purpose, then circular letters and employment letters. Resignation letters, etc., come under employment letters. So these are letters which are formal letters written to a particular authority, and they need to be written in a specific format. Formal letters have a specific format, and informal letters, they do not have any specific format. So the types of formal letters that I have written here is discussed in detail here. Anyway, let us go through the syntax or the format of the formal letter. Format of a formal letter. How do we write a formal letter? So I'll show you an example so that you can understand the formal letter. Format of a formal letter. So in this format, you have the name of the sender first, then the address. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen? Hello, can you see the screen? Yes, okay, Anurag. So just look at the format. This is the format of a formal letter. In a formal letter, if you're writing a letter to your advisor, it is a formal letter informing him about some leave. Then you have to write the name, your address, and after writing the address, you should write the date. Okay, after writing the address, there is the date. And then you have to write to whom you are addressing this letter, write his designation, his company address, that is where he is working. We have to write the address, company name, and address. And finally, there is the salutation. Salutation is either dear sir or madam. After writing this salutation, you have to go to the subject line. The subject is a quick reference for the receiver to understand why this letter is written. So in this subject line, you can write a single sentence like request for leave. That's all. It should be either in very few words, like 3 to 5 words is enough for writing the subject line. Then you can write the body of the letter and write 2 to 3 paragraphs, or even a single paragraph enough, but a minimum of 2 or 3 paragraphs, including the reason behind the letter. And make sure to keep the letter as small as possible. As we said earlier, it will directly address the issue that is to be mentioned. And then after writing the body of the letter, you have to end with a closing para, thanking the person for taking necessary action. If he takes necessary action, and then you should end with a formal sentence of waiting for your response, or whatever you are writing for, you should add a formal thanking sentence at the end. Then after that, you have to write the next line, that is if you're the closing remarks. As I said here, see, after the subject, you have the salutation like dear sir or madam, then you write the body of the letter, then you have a complimentary closure, that is what I said, you have to thank the person you are writing, and finally the signature line. In the signature line, you have to write the center's name, signature and designation. And if you're a student, you just need to write your name and signature. So that is this is the format of a formal letter. So just remember these points. In a formal letter, you have as I said in this example, you have just follow this example. Write the name, address, and after the address, you have to write the date. Then you have to put the true address, and finally the salutation like dear sir or madam, and then you have to add a subject line, then the body of the letter, then complimentary line, and finally you have to write your name and signature. This is the format of a formal letter. And I had given certain examples like formal letter, a resignation letter, then some examples writing to an editor, an invitation letter, etc. are given as formal letter examples. Now I will upload this PPT. Can you hear me? I will upload this in your course materials so that you can refer to this PPT and then you have to write down the letter. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear to you? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I will upload it in the materials section. You can log into Linkbase and then you have to look at the PPT, study the PPT and study the format and write it down in your notebook. So you have to write down the format of a formal letter and the format of an informal letter first in your notebook, and after writing the format of these two letters, that is formal letter and informal letter, first you have to write down the format, and after that you have to write down your assignment. So in your notebook you should have the first slide which I told you to write down, that is types of communication, formal and informal communication. I told you to write down one slide, isn't it? That slide should be there, and after that you should start with letter writing, and in letter writing you should mention that there are two types of letters, formal letters and informal letters. And formal, just go through the types of formal letters, or you can mention the types, and then you have to write down the format of a formal letter. So here I have described in detail the format, what the format does. The center's address, that is one of the most important component, also known as the return address. That is the center's address. So it is the mailing address of the center. The address and contact details should be written there. Then you have the date. Immediately after the center's address comes the date, and the date can be in this format: day, month, year, or month, day, year. This is our format. Day, month, year is what we follow. Then receiver's address, the address of the recipient of the letter, and its designation and name. Then the subject line, it highlights the aim of the letter, and the subject of the formal letter should be brief, about around 6 to 8 words, and the receiver should understand the subject by a glance. You should be able to understand the subject. Then you have the salutation. That is, you can use sir or madam, to whom, if you don't know, then you can use sir or madam. Then body, and the most important part of the letter, and it should give the reason in 1 or 2 paragraphs. So usually the body of the letter is divided into 3 paragraphs. The introduction that states the main point, then the middle part the supporting point that should be added, and the third part is the conclusion part, request for some action to be taken. So these are the three paragraphs that usually come, but it should not be too long, it should be very precise. Okay, three paragraphs in the body, it should be very precise, it should be to the point, and these points are to be noted. That is introduction that states what your request is, middle point that states the reason for your request, and the third part it should give a request for considering your action, an action to be taken. So the next is a complimentary closure. At the end, you will add yours faithfully or yours sincerely, etc. And then you have the signature line, that is the last part of the letter where he writes his first or last name, and also the signature may also be included in the second line, or along with the designation. If he is an employee, then he can add his designation. But when you write your letter, you can add your name and signature. So this is the format of a formal letter. Is it clear? And I've given you this example. Just see the example and just look at these formats and write the formal letter. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear to you? Is it clear to you? Hello? So look at the slide and follow the slide, what the slide says. I had said the different sections to be included in a formal letter and what each section should include. Next, we have informal letter. Informal letter is not too difficult. It's very easy to write an informal letter because most of you might have written this informal letter. This includes, just like the other formal letter, there will be the address, then there will be the date, and here we don't have any subject and all. You have the salutation. When you say the salutation here, you will show your closeness to your friend or relative. That is dear, dearest, hi, hello, etc. can be used in salutation. And after salutation, the body comes, and body is informal. You don't need to have any strictly 3 paragraphs and all. You can write as you need. That is, the body of the informal letter can be long and detailed, containing diverse feelings, experiences, advice, news, etc. Whatever you want to add in the body, you can add. And finally, you have the sender's name and signature. It is the same as the formal letter, and it is the same as the informal letter. The last part is the same as informal letters. Only these parts are to be included. Only this many sections are to be included in the formal letter. That is, first is the address, then date, then salutation, my dear friend. Then you can write anything in the body, any number of paragraphs in the body. Finally, your name and signature. So this format is for informal letters, whereas the first format should be strictly followed for formal letters. Informal letters does not follow any specific format, but these sections will be usually included in informal letters, should be included for the receiver's information. So at the end, I have included some questions regarding the letter writing. We'll discuss it again in the next class. And finally, these are the 2 assignment questions which I have uploaded in LeanWays. And also I will upload this PPT, letter writing PPT also. Just go through it and answer the questions. We have 2 questions related to 2 types of letters. Write the questions in your answer book, notebook, and then you have to submit it before 8:30 tomorrow morning. Okay, I have set the time in LeanWays as 8:30 tomorrow morning. Just write some short letters. Formal letters will be very short, in a single page. Informal letter you can write as you wish, 1 or 2 pages. Okay, is it clear? So what all should be included in your notebook today? What all should you write down in your notebook today? Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, you should write down the types of communication. I had said there are two types, verbal and non-verbal. I think you might have written it down. I will not upload that PPT. I will upload only the letter writing PPT today. And after writing the two, that is types of communication, formal and informal, the next page you have to write letter writing and two types of letters, formal and informal letters, and then you have to start your assignment. The first question, write down the first question, answer the question, then you write down the second question and again answer the question and upload the entire things that I had told you to write down today, that is including the notes. Starting from verbal communication, you should take the photo and upload in Linways. Okay, is it clear? Whatever you had written down today, starting from verbal communication till the two assignment questions, you have to write down today in your assignment hour. Assignment hour is the 7th hour, so you can just log into Linways in the 7th hour. Materials will be uploaded there. You have to look at the letter writing materials and answer the questions. Okay. And your attendance will be marked, 7th hour attendance will be marked tomorrow, only after submitting your assignment. Is it clear to you? So please say your attendance. Number 1.
Present.
Number 2.
Present.
Number 3.
Present.
Number 4.
Present, ma'am.
Number 5.
Present, ma'am.
Number 6.
Present, ma'am.
Number 7.
Present, ma'am.
Number 8.
Present, ma'am.
Number 9. Akshara.
Present.
Okay. Number 10.
Present, ma'am.
Number 11.
Present, ma'am.
Number 12.
Present.
Number 13.
Present.
Number 14.
Present, ma'am.
Number 15.
Present, ma'am.
Number 16.
Present.
17.
Present, ma'am.
18.
Present, ma'am.
19.
Present.
20.
Present, ma'am.
21. Number 21. Ashwadi present. Okay. Number 22.
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Adul. Okay. 23. Deepika.
Present, ma'am.
24. Devika.
Present, ma'am.
25.
Present, ma'am.
26.
Present, ma'am.
27.
Present, ma'am.
28.
Present, ma'am.
29.
Present, ma'am.
30. 31. Gobika.
Present, ma'am.
32.
Present, ma'am.
33.
Present, ma'am.
34.
Present, ma'am.
35.
Present, ma'am.
36.
Present, ma'am.
37. 38.
Present, ma'am.
39. 39. 39 absent. 40.
Present, ma'am.
41.
Present, ma'am.
42.
Present, ma'am.
43.
Present, ma'am.
44.
Present, ma'am.
45.
Present, ma'am.
46.
Present, ma'am.
7.
Present, ma'am.
8.
Present, ma'am.
49.
Present.
50.
Present, ma'am.
Sarang, 50. Present.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 51.
Present, ma'am.
52.
Present, ma'am.
53.
Present, ma'am.
54.
Present, ma'am.
55. Siddharth. 56.
Present, ma'am.
57.
Present, ma'am.
Sriraj. Okay.
Present, ma'am.
58.
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
59. Okay, okay.
Present, ma'am.
60.
Present, ma'am.
61.
Present.
62.
Present, ma'am.
63, Celia.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So you have to log in at 3 p.m. Okay, and during the 7th hour to Linways and complete your assignment. Okay, don't waste that hour. Learn the format and then complete it. Any doubts you can ask me. Okay, on WhatsApp. Is it clear? Is it clear to you? Okay, okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.